What's up, world? This is what Tommy Malv, and I came to do a video, and I try to stay away from these issues, but this junk was so annoying to me that I had to speak on it. If you did not notice, if you did know or you under a rock, Zendaya is trending, right? And I saw Zendaya trending, so I'm thinking, something happened to her. Maybe she got hurt, something bad happened to her. So, I go check it out, and I read the post, and she's dating some white dude, right? So, she's dating some white dude, and you go down the comments, and all these black girls are saying, celebrating this shit like they just won the lottery. And then I stopped to think, like, why the hell are they so embarrassing? And I promise that's what I was saying. They're so fucking embarrassing. And it blew my mind how embarrassing they were. Like the stuff they were writing. It's like I've never in my life seen a black dude date. You only see that from black women. You never see that from black men. You never see a black dude dating somebody fine from another race and posting it like and other black dudes posting it like it's the fucking holy grail. It is disgusting. When I was reading it, I was like, you wonder why these dudes don't be want to marry people don't be want to marry that? It's like you celebrating some shit that ain't got nothing to do with you. First of all, Zendaya is not even black. She's biracial. You know what I'm saying? If you did not know, the only thing black about Zendaya is a fucking call sheet. The girl talks black, talks white, acts white. Everything about her is damn near white except for her father. So I'm not saying this to say there's anything wrong with Zendaya. Be who you are. That's who she is. And I'm not trying to say if you are a black person and you're a black woman and you don't do this. Also, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the embarrassing, annoying women that do shit like this. It's like, what the hell does Zendaya have to do with you? First, she doesn't even look black. Two, you have plenty of beautiful black women who do look black that you never celebrate. Yet the same thing with this thing with Meghan Markle, the lady who won the who is like the Duchess or something like that. The same embarrassing shit. They going all extra, going all out, happy. Oh, we have a black person in a row. I'm like, come on, man. You walk past that girl on the street 3-4 times, you would know she was black. But y'all celebrating this shit. Like, you don't never see black dudes doing that. It's just embarrassing. Like, have some self-respect. I saw the other day, and I put it in one of my last videos. I'm watching I'm on Twitter, which I probably should stay off of, but I'm off. I've had some time off, so I've been kind of checking it out. So I go check it out, and it blew. I promise you, it blew me away. How many of them take pride in this? Like I said, when you black dudes, if you see a black dude with a white girl, most of the time black dudes just think they don't care. It doesn't bother them. They don't focus on it. They don't care. Oh, black dude with a white girl. No matter how good looking the girl is. If you see a black dude with a really good looking girl from another race, nobody cares because it's normal. But every time you see a black girl, and it's not the beautiful black women, the beautiful black women, the good looking black women, they don't give a shit. They don't pay attention. It's just the ones that are not good looking. So because they're not good looking, they've gotten their whole life blaming it on the fact that they're black and they're either dark or they're too dark, or they're too light, or they're too big, or they're too cultured, or they're too hairy. They've given all the excuses except for the obvious. You're not good looking. The reason why you don't get attention from black or white or Spanish or anybody is not because you're black. It's not because you're dark. It's not because you're light. It's not because you're too light or you're too dark. It's not because you talk weird. It's because you're not good looking. Black dudes are not checking for girls just because they're light skinned. That's not happening. There's plenty of light skinned girls who get no play because they're not good looking. Good looking white light girls are attractive. Now, don't get me wrong. Am I trying to say that there's not a lot of self hatred? Yes, but typically that's for basic dudes. Normal good looking black dudes, they don't give a shit what color you are as long as you're good looking. The only difference is that Only good. I played sports my entire life, and I was good at sports for the majority of my life. And one thing I noticed is girls of other race are way more aggressive when they see somebody with potential that could possibly be something. They're way more aggressive at going after them. They're way more aggressive at telling them what they want. What I find is that a lot of African American girls, maybe it's just in my head, but the ones that I've come across, they're more like, I'm not gonna cater. I'm not gonna drop my you ain't better than me type of shit. And that's the mentality we grow up with. You know, especially when you're in the ghetto, we grow up with that mentality. Ain't nobody better than me. So they kind of give off more. They're less likely to bow down. Now to a confident dude, yeah, that's sexy, that's cool. They're gonna still go after it. But a lot of these dudes you see dating these, married these white girls who end up, taking all their money and divorcing them, and taking half their shit. These dudes, they never got girls. So when they get rich, or when they get to a point where they're seen as a potential, or somebody with potential, white girls don't give a shit how you look. They don't care if you're not good looking. If you look like you have potential, they do not care. They will be aggressive. They will attack. I used to go to at UF. The basketball players, the football players, no matter how good, if you were good, they don't give a shit how good looking you are. They don't care. All they care about is money. If you look like you have potential, they will go after you. Black girls are not like that. They don't care how much money you got, because they grew up with that mentality, nobody's better than me. But it does put you at a disadvantage when you got one girl who is way more aggressive. She's way more submissive. She's at least until she gets what she wants. And she's way more willing to do whatever you want her to do. While the black girl's going to stand on morals, going to stand on her pride, going to stand on all that other stuff. And a lot of times they end up, and I'm not saying white girls don't do that. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying the ones that are like that, they do that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. Don't get it twisted. I'm not trying to say every time you walk up to a white girl that she's willing to do that. No, I'm saying if you have a girl that is going to do that, which makes sense because they're a way larger population, therefore it's going to be way more variety of those type of white girls than it would be of black girls. So what I'm trying to say is that those girls are way more aggressive. The ones that are, they attack, and they don't have any self-respect. Those girls, they're slutty already. They've been already passed around the white community. So when it gets around to that stage, you got this big ugly black dude who looks like a freaking reject from the Jolly Green Giant, and he's got no play his entire life. And then you got this girl who may be slutty and she may have no moral, but she is good looking, and so she's gonna be more aggressive to him. So that's where we're gonna go. So it looks like, well, why they always go with the white girl? Well, because black girls don't go after guys who aren't good looking. They don't go out with guys just because they have money. They go out with guys because they genuinely think they're good looking people. And so they don't check for fat linemen. They don't check for overweight guys. They look for good looking guys. And that's the problem. Maybe the problem that there's no barometer. Because one thing I realized, man, I will tell you that I think that looks are the most overrated thing in life. I think looks are very overrated. I think the average person is a 5. And I think we all have certain features that make us either attractive or unattractive. And so my belief is, I truly believe that, the standard of beauty, it's the most overrated thing in the world. You have one girl who can be a 5, who you look at and you'll say she's a 7. But if she wore the right thing, she'd be a 9. And another girl who is a 9, and if she wore the wrong thing, she'd be a 4. It's just good look, natural good looks, and all this other stuff is the most overrated thing in life. Anybody with the right makeup, right hairdress, who's okay, who's average, meaning you don't have some weird deformity, you can be good looking if a person puts you in the right type of get up. Because we're all human race. We all share the same genes. It's not really that like, if people try to make like good looks are this rarity when they're not. They're very it's many nuances to looks. And I think people just focus in on the weird, the certain things that are Eurocentric, and at times, like I said, the self-hatred can come through. You have a lot of guys who want their child to have more Eurocentric features, and that comes from a lot of self-hate. That's why I tried to say before, I'm not trying to discount that race in the society, in the perpetual idealism that is broadcast to us every day by the media that we watch doesn't have bearing on who we choose to date, because a lot of black men are messed up. But I'll do a video on that. But right now, I'm not doing a video on that. I'm doing a video on, if you're talking about Zendaya, all right, and you're celebrating Zendaya as some type of monumental achievement for black women, please go do some soul searching. If you are celebrating Meghan Markle, who now all of a sudden she wants to tout that she thinks she's being discriminated against because she's black, yet before that I guarantee you had to fucking do a DNA test to know she was black. She probably never told anybody. But we go out and we put these girls on pedestals. It's like there's a whole situation with Alex Thomas and Corey Holcomb, where they're going back and forth right now because Alex Thomas said something about Corey Holcomb, and when you listen to Alex Thomas, there's a lot of self-hatred in him. Like he's one of those. He's a assimilation Negro, meaning he only sees his value through the guise of white people. He only feels value when white people see his value. When white people accept him, when they don't, he does not feel valuable, and it comes off when he talks. He has a very weird way of speaking about white people that is so cringy at times. You can tell he doesn't even notice it, but he does it, and that's what I get from a lot of these women who tout these things, these Meghan Markles, and it's like, my gosh, man, you guys are just ridiculous. They make fun of Blue Ivy. Her hair, her and they just, it's sad. Like, you look at the way that they drag Blue Ivy, who has a proud African American mother, who prouds and touts and refuses to remove her daughter from her African heritage and her African features and her African. She tries to make her daughter take pride on it. And the saddest thing is that the people who give her the most shit are the people that are supposed to be running around arguing about black men not liking black women. If you can find, like I said, nobody in this world is entitled to someone thinking they're beautiful. Nobody has an entitlement to that. Nobody has a right to tell someone they need to find them beautiful. Only people who do that are people who have a hard time with people finding them attractive. I've been around black women my entire life, and now one thing I know for sure is a good-looking black woman has no problem getting a man. She has a pick of the litter if she's good looking, and it has nothing to do. I've seen dudes who will choose a good looking caramel dark skinned woman as long as she's beautiful. They don't give a shit what her shade is. This one, she's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? This whole myth that all black men look for this, look for that. No, most of the first 5 girls that I had crushes on were either dark or brown girls, but it didn't matter, because at the end of the day, as you get older, you start to realize, like, you know what I'm saying, like I have a plethora of different options to choose from, and I'm not saying that you look at it and say, okay, this is an old option, this is a new option. I'm just saying that that as you grow older, yeah, you may branch out, but for the most part, if you find a beautiful black woman, most of the time you're gonna choose the beautiful black woman over any other race, because you're black and you feel you're gonna have the most in common with that black woman. So I don't think that it's as I don't think it's as big of a deal as a lot of black women make it out to be, because what I find is the most attractive black women, you never hear them talking about like that. You never hear them saying things like that. You only see the unattractive black women doing it. And when I say unattractive women, do not be ignorant and stupid enough to believe I'm talking about dark, really dark women. That is not what I mean when I say they don't find them attractive. I'm saying They do not. The ones I've seen, super dark skinned women who are beautiful. Like I said before, 2 of the girls I had crushes on growing up were really dark skinned girls. So that's that. So dark skin doesn't have anything to do with it. If you're good looking, you keep yourself clean, you keep yourself neat, you keep yourself fresh, and when I talk about fresh, I'm talking about clothing. Like you keep yourself decked out and on fleek. Nobody cares. People don't care about your skin color as long as you clean and you look like a girl who's clean and keeps herself together. That's why you see most suburban girls, whether they dark skin, light skin, whatever. Most suburban girls are attractive because they usually come from households in which they have the money to keep their hair and their bodies and all this stuff up fleek. Of course, it's harder for a ghetto girl because she does not have the money to buy the right products to keep her hair right. She doesn't have the money to buy the perfumes and stuff. She doesn't have the money to buy a bunch of different clothes. It's harder when you're poor. So, and because a large majority of the black population is poor, it is this idea that they look at black women as lesser, but that's bullshit. I do not buy that. I think they look at black women who are poorer, who come from poor areas, and they usually have a hard time competing with women who grow up in richer or suburban areas because they have the money to upkeep themselves. Why you go to places like Atlanta and stuff like that, you see way more beautiful black women who are more taken care of because that more of them are rich in that area, around those areas. But when you come to places where it's rough, the women look rough because they don't have the money to be able to go out and do those things, and it's sad, and it's very sad. But it has nothing to do with them being black or dark skinned. But I think it's created this mindset that now, all black men hate black women. And I hear this whole thing, black women need to start dating outside their race. First of all, the black women who are beautiful, they don't have a problem. They just don't want to date outside their race because they've never had a problem with black men liking them. Their whole life they walked around and all they did was get hit on black women. You never got hit on by a black man because you're not good looking. You're not attractive. You're not somebody. So it had nothing to do with them only. You only see that. You only see them. When you go click on the picture, every time you see an ignorant, embarrassing, cringy comment, you click on the picture and it's always this girl who just doesn't look like it had nothing to do with that. If they don't want us, maybe somebody else. No, you wouldn't. First of all, you would never get a guy like Zendaya. Guy, that's first. And secondly, why you blaming it on black men? You know what I'm saying? But when a black man dates outside of the race, he's a sellout. He hates himself. But when a black girl dates outside her race, it's because black men don't appreciate her. It's ridiculous. It's like both of them are dating outside of their race because they met people that they like, that they vibe with, that they like, and they had a commonality with. They're not doing it because they hate themselves every time. You know the ones that are doing it when they hate themselves. The ones that you can see it's a case study. It's not a variable within a larger group, and that's what makes me so annoyed. It's like they look at one variable. No, you do an entire case study. I mean, you look at the entire picture, all the evidence, and then you come to a decision or a understanding of what that is after you've made that assumption. Now I make the assumption, I may come to the wrong assumption or a hypothesis, and then I go and I do the test, and when I end the results, get my results, hopefully they'll match my hypothesis. But sometimes they don't, because you can go see a person and be like, but he dated her before, he dated her before. We love to say that. Well, he was with a black girl and then he got some money and left. No, the truth about it is Kevin Hart didn't leave his wife because she was dark skinned. He left his wife because the girl he's with now is prettier than his wife. But I'm pretty sure if he would have found a girl who was dark skinned, and I don't know about Kevin Hart. Maybe he is self-hating. Like I said, it's an entire case study. I don't know everything there is to know about Kevin Hart, but it has nothing to do with dark skin, light skin. That other girl is prettier than his wife. She also is younger than his wife. She also has 0 kids. So it's more factors than just she's light skinned and she's dark skinned. You're missing everything that's in between it. He is a scumbag. He's a scumbag human being. He does not care. He's cheated on, and now he's cheating on the girl he's with now. He's just a scumbag human being, and he does not care about other people. He's a selfish human being who, when he was put in a position to do something that he never had women before. He never had women. He was a short guy who was extremely short. I think he's 5'4", 5'5". He's never really had an opportunity to get women. And now he's in a position of power, and he's going to try to, and he has a lot of insecurities about himself. And so now that he has those insecurities, and he has those insecurities, when he starts to get attention, and people are starting to cater to him, and women are starting to come after him, now all that insecurity, he needs that like a drug to make himself feel better. So he's going to go out and he's going to see the women. He doesn't care what color they are. He doesn't care what shade they are. All he cares about is doing something to make himself feel like he's handsome, feel like he's appreciated, feel like he's wanted. That's the only reason why he's doing that. The shade of the girl doesn't matter. And you found that out when when he cheated on the light-skinned girl, because that's just how it happens. Insecure person. Jay-Z has Beyonce and he cheats on her. You know why he cheats on her? Because he's insecure. But she only points out the times he cheated on her with the light skin. Oh, Becky with the good hair. What are you talking about? He cheated on one of his girlfriends with Foxy Brown, and she's dark as night. You look at Jay-Z's history. He's dated a lot of dark-skinned women, but the one caveat that Beyonce has when he's dating, he dated for that. Oh, Becky with the good hair. It was like no, it wasn't about her being that. He's an insecure man. He's gonna cheat with whoever he can cheat with, and if a good looking, and because he's in a higher stratosphere, he's in a higher situation. It's going to pop out like that. There you go. Go to mommy. So since he's like that, that is what's going to happen. He's going to cheat because he's an insecure dude. It has nothing to do with who he's cheating with. The problem is he's in a higher stratosphere, so therefore majority of people around him are going to be either biracial or white chicks, because most of the women who biracial chicks generally come from white families, and white families are generally more in a higher socioeconomic status than black ones. So if you're biracial, is more likely that you're going to be higher up in society. And when you're dealing with a guy who has money, he's going to be higher up in society. So the chances of him running into a good-looking white girl, or because there's way more white girls in the world, so you're going to find way more good-looking white girls in the world. When you're talking about biracial, there's not as many biracial chicks, but if you're going to run into a good-looking black girl, more than likely, if she's in the industry, since they tend to only hire people who have Eurocentric characteristics, then more than likely you're going to run into a good-looking light-skinned girl before you run into a good-looking dark-skinned girl. Because most of the time, ironically, where you see the most good-looking dark-skinned girls are in the hood. And most of them never make it out of the hood. So they never get to a stratosphere where they're going to run into a Jay-Z or anything like that. You're either going to find a really talented dark-skinned girl, like a Kelly Rowland, who's a good-looking dark-skinned girl, but most don't look like Kelly Rowland. Most of them look like Missy Elliott, Oprah. You know what I mean? Like you look at the you rarely get a Lauryn Hill, a Michelle, a Kelly Rowland. You don't get many of those, because most of the time, when you have two black parents, there's a greater chance that you're going to grow up in a lower socioeconomic area. And because of that, most of them don't make it out of it. They don't have the opportunities to go and become a Kelly Rowland. Kelly Rowland was actually also grew up in a poor family. She just happened to, her mom just happened to befriend Beyonce's parents, and they started a group, so she was able to stay with Beyonce, which afforded her the same opportunity as Beyonce had. So that's how she came up. But most dark-skinned girls don't get that. They don't have the opportunity to get out to become models and stuff like that. Their parents aren't buying them headshots. Their parents aren't taking them out. So you're not seeing them. And if they're beautiful and they grow up in a black neighborhood, they're going to be attacked. They're going to be after them. Just like if you beautiful in a white neighborhood, you're going to be attacked. If it's lower socioeconomics, you're going to have more people there, and you're more prone to make mistakes. You're more prone to not go to school. You're more prone to not go to college. you're more prone to stay where you already are. So the chances of you making up to meet a Jay-Z or any of these football players and stuff like that, you're not going to run in their circle. So it's going to be way less chance of them dating one of you. You know what I'm saying? But the whole mindset that it comes from a self-hatred. So they believe, instead of them believing, well, they don't have an opportunity to be around a lot of dark-skinned African-American women. They say, oh, they go for what's better. No, that's what you believe. You believe they're better than you are. That's why you keep saying that, because you believe they're better than you are. You know, I've never heard anybody say that. If a dude got a chance at getting a beautiful black woman and a beautiful white woman, I do not, for the life of me, believe that he's going to choose the white woman. Why would he do that unless he hated himself? And some of them do. But for the most part, majority of people just go with whoever's close. If you beautiful and me click, I don't give a crap what color you are. And beautiful black women know that. Beautiful black women ain't sweating that. It's the weird looking ones. Like you never got playing your entire life and they have zero to do. Them the same ones that when they see the little light skinned girl in school, they run around kicking her over, telling people they gonna fight her for no reason, saying that she has this, she has AIDS, she's a slut. Them the ones that pick on the good. You never see the good-looking black girls do that. You always see the weird, overweight, never, bad skin, bad hygiene girls messing with people. It's because they hate themselves, so they go around messing with everybody else, and it's like it does not matter. If you good-looking, you good-looking. If you good-looking, you good-looking regardless, because you got the features that make you good-looking. And it has nothing to do with Eurocentric or whatever. Most dudes you grow up, when I grew up, most of the dudes where I grew up, they had crush on black women. Monica, Brandy, Aaliyah, who was it? I love Deborah Cox. Who was Shanice? I mean, you can go on. I mean, there was so many dark-skinned black Janet Jackson, so many dark-skinned black women back in the day. Nobody cared. There was nothing. It wasn't about that. Now they're doing that, and they're doing it way more often than they did it back in the day. Because I'll tell you another thing, and I'll do a video on this to be more poignant and more specific on this. But you got to pay attention to the industry, right? The industry moves in a certain light, right? So what I read that really made me cringe when I was reading these Zendaya comments was I kept reading them saying they're getting all the white boys getting all the best black women, and they named Serena Williams, who is a 6 at best, Eve, who I didn't even know was dating a white dude. Megan Thee Stallion, I don't even know who that is. And Zendaya. Yeah, we really lost a lot there. So, but they touting it and they're saying, oh, all these black women starting to wake up and realize that black men, that these black men ain't gonna treat them like queens, so he might as well find somebody else to. Do you know how idiotic it is? You know how many people I can go on my Facebook and go up and down my timeline where you see a black man and a black woman who the black man treats them like a queen. Up and down. You don't get treated like a queen because you are because it's you. It's not black men. It's not either your attitude sucks, you suck, you're not good looking. And you're batting way out of your league, and you thinking that you're a 10 when you're really a 4, and the lines get screwed up because you thinking when you bag a good looking dude that you bagging him because he thinks you're good looking, when you're really just bagging him because he wants to smash you. You can be a butterface and bag a good looking dude. That girl Hazel E was light skinned, it was butt ugly. And she got her lines crossed because somewhere in her mind she thought because she was light skinned that somehow made her beautiful. Like, I see plenty of, when I was in high school, I saw plenty of girls who didn't get any play because they were overweight or bad skin or bad hair or didn't dress well. I saw it all the time. Only difference is they didn't have anybody to blame it on when guys didn't like them. They didn't get to point at this girl and say, this is why he doesn't like me. No, they didn't get played because they weren't good looking. So this whole lie that somehow because you're born light skinned and somehow it gives you some play, which, and once again, let me give it a caveat. I'm not trying to say that it has absolutely no play, but I'm saying you cannot at the minute you have to look at yourself. Do a case study. Is it? Am I not getting played because black dudes are bad or insecure or don't know how to treat black women or are self-hating, or is it that I'm just not good looking? And I know it's a hard assessment to make, but 9 out of 10 times, if you're not getting played, it ain't got shit to do with the fact that the dude don't like black dudes. Because you can walk down the street and walk into a club, if you halfway decent looking, and you know in hell you getting out of that club without at least 3 or 4 dudes hitting on you, black and white, if you're good looking. Now, white dudes tend to be more intimidated by black women, so they may not let you know unless they get into a friendly like relationship with you, because black women are seen to be more attitudey, more confrontational, and more aggressive. So therefore, a lot of people outside of the black race feel intimidated approaching black women, unless they're like biracial. But most of the time, when they're dark, when they're brown to dark skinned black women, a lot of black white men want to get to know them because they know that black women are not shy about making a scene and or embarrassing you. So they're gonna probably be more reserved. They're gonna get to know you, do you even like white guys before they even go out on their limb. But I don't think a lot of these women, they have such self-hatred in themselves that they don't try to make it make sense to them. They just say, oh, they just don't like me because I'm black. No, this has nothing to do with that. Stop hating yourself so much. Stop making yourself believe these your erroneous stupid things. They ain't got nothing to do with why this dude you ain't getting no play. You ain't getting no play because you're not good looking. Maybe you need to drop your standards a little bit and start shooting for 5s and 6s and stop shooting for 8s and 9s and then wondering why they just smashing you and never calling you again. Because they know you just a butterface. They only with you because they want to sleep with you. They're not with you because they like you or you good looking. And I think that's the difference between men and women. At least a man know if a woman, most of the time, unless a woman's drunk, she's not giving you play unless she finds you attractive in some way. Either your bank account, your swagger, your charisma, or your looks. There has to be a reason why she has to find something attractive. Every woman on the planet has something that men are attracted to. You know what that is. So it doesn't matter. That other shit don't matter. But they get confused because they you see the most butt ugly women thinking that they get pulled. Dude, no matter you can get any dude, you can get many of dudes to sleep with you who will treat you and come at you. They ain't trying to marry you. They ain't trying to do nothing but sleep with you and be gone the next morning. So stop walking around with the big head like you something, because that's the line. That's why men are way more reserved. Women shoot thinking they 10s because they get a lot of dudes that try to hit on them, and none of them are hitting on you because they think you good looking. They hitting on you because they want to hit. They want to sleep with you. And that just be blowing my mind. Every time I come on Twitter, I gotta see them with a black girl rocks and this, that, and I'm like, dude, stop, y'all. This is cringy at this point. Go to mommy's, this is straight up cringy at this point. It's no, love yourself. That's all I can say. You know what I'm saying? You love yourself and you want to have certain standards, that's fine. But you gotta be realistic. Because if you are 5 and you keep saying you ain't gonna date nothing but 9s and 10s, don't be surprised if you keep ending up stuck because nobody don't want to marry you. Nobody want to marry you because you're not a 10. And he wants to marry another 10, but he'll sleep with a 5 if he gets desperate enough. That's the difference. So, moral of the story. Zach, go, man. Zach, go. So, anyway, moral of the story is that no matter how attractive sitting up here being a raw pain in the butt. No matter how attractive a person is, there's a level of a level of bullshit that people will deal with in contrast to how good looking they is. If you're not good looking, it will seem like most black dudes are dismissive and or don't like their own color because they're like that to you because you're not good looking. So your threshold for your bullshit is very little. You breathe wrong and they like, dude, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I'm really only here because I need a place to stay. Because that's what I'm trying to say. Unless you get another guy that is a 5 who will cherish you because you are the only girl he can get, you're going to probably run into the same problem that men ain't shit. Why? Not because men ain't shit, because you a 4 and you keep thinking you can marry a 10 by sleeping with him, and you not. He's only sticking around because he either need to use your car, he need a place to stay, and maybe he met you one night. That's as deep as it go. You know, and I think in life that people that they get it twisted. You know, and that's the moral of the story. You know what I'm saying? Like stop embarrassing us. Like that's my only thing. Like you women, the women that do this, that feel the need to run up every time a white dude dates a black woman and tout it like it's some holy grail. It is so lame and cringy, and it makes me cringe every time I see it. And it's like when your family member does something that makes the whole family look bad, and you kind of just cringy. It's cringy. It's like, this is what we doing now? Like, this is how pathetic you people are making. And what makes me angry is not even that they do it. It's that they try to say it and then back up into Blackadam and try to use Blackadam to block for them. It's like, no, let's move them out. We gonna move out this girl. Honey, do you have a problem getting men? Nope. Do you have a problem with men finding you attractive? Nope. Do you have a problem with any? Have you been hit on by all races, black, Spanish? Yep. And I guarantee you, so let me just pick someone off the top of my head. Sierra. You think Sierra has had a hard time with people hitting on her? She's dark. You think she has had a hard time with people hitting on her from all races? No, because she's a beautiful woman. If you talk to her, she's not gonna sit up here and tell you about all the problems. Aaliyah wasn't light. Aaliyah was brownish, darkish brown. She wasn't high yellow. And you think she had a problem with people from any race thinking she was beautiful? That's bullshit. Like it's the biggest cop out ever. Now we go to Boo Boo the Fool, and we ask her, the one who's making everybody else look bad. You probably don't. Yeah, you're right. You don't probably get a lot of black dudes that give you play. You probably don't get a lot of black dudes that respect you. Guess what? You probably don't get a lot of white dudes that respect you. Probably don't get a lot of white Chinese Asian or Hispanic people who hit on you either. You know why? Because you're not good looking, and that has nothing to do. And that sucks. I know it sucks, and I'm not trying to make a light of it, but don't make everybody else look bad because you personally going through something. It's like she's not going through that, but you making her look like she's one of these bitter people. And then when people fire back at you, they think people are firing back. Testing HIV. Anyway, when she gets a award where she is touted for being whatever she is, you know, and they're bigging her up, saying that Zendaya, you know, is the black Mary Jane. She's not black. She's not black. Meghan Markle is the first black. She's not black. Somebody who looks like, if you talking about somebody Beyonce, then yeah, you can say that. You talking about Kelly Rowland, you can say that. You talking about Aaliyah, you can say that. Meghan Markle, she 3%? I mean, this girl didn't take any of her genes that make her. I didn't even know when they were putting her back. I didn't know when they were saying, when they used to put the pictures up. I was like, well, where's the black girl? Oh no, she is the black. Oh, what, really? Surprising. That type of stuff blows me away, because I look at it and I see a lot of self-hatred. Because being real, you ain't gonna never see me touting some dude that ain't helping me at all. What the hell she do for you? If people start dating men that look like, if people start dating girls that look like her, they're just gonna be dating white girls. She looks just like them. And it's like, it's the same thing with Zoe Saldana, and everybody's like, oh, Zoe Saldana is dating a black white. I'm like, cause he is. I'm sorry that you don't. Only time she's black is when she on a call sheet. When she's out for a role, she's black. That's the only time she's black. When she wants to play Lieutenant Uhura, she's black. That's when she's black. When she wants to get a role on Drumline, she's black. But when you ask her ethnicity, she will, without that, which she out of all due respect, she should, because that is her ethnicity. But I just have a problem, you know what I'm saying, with her getting these roles, and people don't have any problem with it. It's like somebody should get, you know, they gave her Nina, what's her name, Nina Simone. She was cast as Nina Simone, but it was such outrage they ended up having to kick her out, because that's one black girl they wouldn't let her take role. They wouldn't let her take, but all the, you know, the elegant and nice, you know ones that are, you know, or what's the word, setting the standards of beauty. I mean, Nina Simone ain't setting no standards of beauty. That's a biopic. That ain't gonna set no standards of beauty. But they have a problem with her playing Nina Simone. They don't have a problem with her playing Lieutenant the Star Trek black lady who was a dark skinned lady. They don't have a problem with her playing that. And guess who's coming to dinner? Bernie Mac's daughter. Guess who was Bernie Mac's daughter? Zoe Saldana. Drumline, when the choice beautiful girl in that midi that is also setting the level of beauty. So is Adana. But we got a problem with her playing Nina Simone. It's backwards. It's ridiculous. And so that's why I said, when you look at Hollywood, that's what you get. You make your bed and then you gotta lie in it. And when you lie in it, I'm sorry if you mad about hearing the truth, but that's the truth. Cut the bullshit. Like there's obviously a level of hatred in the black community, but they're generally dudes who don't get played. Most good-looking black dudes they don't hate themselves, because they've been affirmed their entire life. Their whole life, people have been telling them they're good-looking. Their whole life, girls have been hitting on them. It's not when they get to a higher status and girls are hitting on them, they just think it's like, oh wow, this is new. No, they've been dealing with that their entire life. They just think, oh, another girl thinks I'm good looking. It's not that like that with them. It's only like that with the guys who don't get played. The guys who are dirty, not dirty, but not good looking guys beforehand. And then they'll get a little bit of power when they already got self-hatred, because they never were attractive before they became good football players. And then now they are good football players, so they don't want people, they don't want their kids to look like them. So everything about themselves they hate, so they will go out because they help to hate themselves. But that don't happen to every good-looking black dude. Sometimes he just happens to land on her. It's like, well, why is it always? Because as you age up, as you become more successful, you stray away from, like, it's sad and it's very unfortunate, but there are not a lot of women of color in those high profile positions. So as they become more successful, their pick becomes very thin. It becomes less. They're not going back to the hood to go find some girl unless they leave with them. So most of the time, they're not going back to no ghetto to find some good-looking girl, which is unfortunately what all the pretty, dark-skinned girls generally are. So you gonna end, because that's where the greatest concentration of population of black people are. So you're gonna have more variety. So you're gonna have way more better-looking people in those areas than you are in there, because they're gonna be a smaller population, and the chances of them being, most of the time when like I said, as you become more successful, your circle changes. So the higher up you get, the less chances you're gonna end up seeing somebody who's black, who's dating a biracial, with an all black kid. The higher up they go, the more successful they become, because their circle changes. That's not who they're around anymore. They're not around that many black people. So therefore, the chances of them ending up dating or marrying a black girl becomes less and less and less. And just because at some point, it's like when you see black girls at schools that are predominantly white, they generally are not dating a white guy because they like white guys, but they generally are dating a white guy because at some point they realize, I either have to date an ugly black guy who's the only other black guy in the school, just to date someone of my own race. I'm going to date this ugly black guy who is not attractive, but he's black also, so I'm just going to date him because he's black and I'm black. It's like, no, it's retarded. I don't find him attractive. So therefore, the chances of me ending up with a white guy is probably going to be higher, because I don't want my choices of black men are thinner. They're slimmer. And the same thing happens when you like a Eve or a Serena. Your circle changes. That's why the more successful they become, the less the chances of them dating a black person drops, because there are not many black people at the top. And I think people need to stop pawning everything off as black people hating themselves. I don't think it's black people hating themselves. I think it's just a convenient thing black people who are unattractive go to when they get no play. Oh, it's just because black people hate themselves. No, it's not. But she don't hate herself, or he doesn't hate himself. You're just not attractive. And he dogged you out because you're not attractive. You're not desirable. So he does not feel he has to do anything to keep you. He feels like you're lucky to have him, not the other way around. So, anyways, don't be surprised. Anyways, please comment on the video, subscribe. Let me know what you think. But I had to make this video because I came on there and I can't stand it. Like, don't bash black people. Don't bash black men every time a black woman start dating a white dude. I'm sick and tired of every time a black woman dates a white dude, all you see is a bunch of fugly women, black women on there dragging black men, embarrassing our entire race over celebrating this and dragging. Then you go click on a picture and they look like Grimace. It's like doing like they ain't got nothing to do with what's going on. They doing that to you because you're not attractive. So stop running black men through the mud for the natural world to see. And like I said, it's cool if you got, there's some truth to it when you're trying to talk about black men need to do better in certain areas. Yes, they do. But there are also reasons outside of them just hating themselves for the situations. There are reasons that you just ignore because you're focused on that one little variable. And it's not just that. There are other things that go into it. But they're conveniently left out because anger is better served when it has a target. And the more hate you can build towards that target, the more satisfying it is that anger becomes. And that's what happens. That anger just keeps building up, and you're attacking that same target. And before you know it, you're like, I feel good. And then you start chasing that high. Oh, I hate black men. That's why I can't find no good man, because all black men treat us bad. I should go date a white man. Well, please go date a white man, because more than likely you only gonna get an ugly white man because you're not attractive, or you're gonna get another white man that's probably gonna treat you the same way the black man treats you, because if he's with you, he's probably only with you because he needs a place to stay and or needs something that you have. So you're not gonna. You are the variable that matters the most isn't changing, which is you. You keep that reaching for 9s and 10s, and you're 4 or 5. That's your problem. If you reach for a 4 or a 5 who's a black dude, I guarantee you probably won't have any problem with him treating you right. You have a problem with him treating you right because you keep reaching for 9s and 10s who just want to sleep with you. And they never want, and most of the time, if you are a 4 and you can bag a 9 or 10, he usually has a lot of deductibles. No job, no ambition, user, cheater. There's a reason why the 10 is with the 4. And if you don't realistically understand that you're a 4, just think about it this way. If you feel more lucky to have him than he does to have you, then you're probably a 4 dating a 10. Because if a guy has no job, no prospects, no ambition, sit on his butt all day playing video games that you bought, with clothes that you bought, with shoes that you bought, driving around a car while you at work, running your gas out so he can pick you up and you can go put more gas, he can do the same thing over again, and you think that you're lucky to be with him, then you should realize you're a 4. And that's white girls and black girls. Because people sit down and think that only happens with self-hatred is only with black girls. No, self-hatred is rampant among the white community as well. Only difference is that black people are more focused on blaming everything on the self-hatred, when white girls most of the time don't have anybody to blame but their own attractiveness, which they pawn off on body image and all this other bullshit that got nothing to do with the fact. You can be fat. I know plenty of fat girls who get played because they're beautiful. I know plenty of super skinny girls who get played because they're beautiful. It doesn't matter what you look. If you have a nice enough body, then you can pass. You can pass and be good enough to get a good looking guy if your face is not tore up. If you have a nice looking face, your body, as long as your body is not freaking weirdly, Skeletor, you can get some guy some play. And even if you are built like a 12-year-old boy, some guys like that, mostly, white guys, Asian guys, but they like that. So I mean, there's a lane for everybody, but at the end of the day, what the most important thing is what you got to find some self-actualization. You have to sit down and actually look into the mirror and give a true assessment of self and figure out where you at. Because like I said before, if you going there reaching for a 10 and a 9, like you the reason why you messed up right now. Anyways, I've spoken way longer than I intended to by a large margin. But I really got pissed off by this situation and this story, and when I go get this, that's mostly what my channel is for. Just letting out the steam and letting out a lot of that built up anger that I have, sitting when I read certain things. I just want to just go out. So instead of just going out and I just go make a video where I let out all my annoyance and anger. And sometimes I don't even post them. Sometimes I just talk and then I will just delete it. But I do think I'm gonna post this. So please, if you are lucky enough to actually hear this, please subscribe, comment, and thumbs up video if you like it. And if you don't like it, please give me a reason, give me an understanding of why you don't like it. I don't really care. Thumbing the video down doesn't hurt me, but if you are thumbing it down, I would at least like to understand if you actually heard the entire video. Because what people love to do is they'll listen to the first part of the video, then ignore they'll look at the worst ones are the guys, people who just read the title. They don't even look at the video. They read the title, and if they don't like what the title says, they thumb it down immediately. And they have people who are just idiots, and if they realize and they see that a video has all likes and no thumbs down, they don't care. They'll just thumb it down. So I don't really put a lot of credence in thumbs up and thumbs down, but I do put a lot of credence in feedback and getting an understanding of, okay, was I unfair in this regard? Was I right in that regard? Like I try to perfect what I'm doing so that when I speak on these things, I'm speaking from a place of understanding and or non-ignorance. I don't want to speak from a place of ignorance. So if you have an enlightening statement to make towards me, please, by all means, make it. and speak on it. But like I said, I'm not gonna be arguing with people in the comment section. But I am willing to listen to people. But the argument stuff, I did that with my last channel, and I'm not doing it now. Like I said, I say it with all I want to say in the thing, and half of the time, most of the time, when you're arguing with people, they've listened to the first 3 or 4 minutes. They run down that before they've gotten through the entire video, and then they end up saying arguments that you actually answer in the rest of the video. And then they end up coming back either deleting the comment or leaving it up there and just not realizing, because they've cut the video off before they actually heard your full argument. So anyways, please comment. Like I said, that's the most important thing. Comment, thumbs it up, and hit that notification if you like the video and want to get more stuff when I go, because when I get these urges to rant, that's what I do. I rant. So please let me know what you think. All right, y'all. Good night.